Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to jacobsbrand.com gold prospecting in Arizona. Today we're out in the desert joining Two Mules Mining and KentJMcGrew.com. We're running the 5-bank Dirtnado dry washer in a really nice bench that Placer Mining got some really good gold out of it. Be sure to stick around to the end. We'll show you the cleanup and we'll show you the gold we got. TikTok, we're on the clock.
Jim Jacobs out here with Two Mules Mining. It's been super hot out here, so we're getting started early to beat the heat.
One of the things in the early mornings is you do get to see the wildlife that's out there as they're getting all their errands done in the early mornings as well. This video of deer, javelina, and fox will be on a new segment called Trail Cams. If you're interested in Arizona wildlife as well as gold prospecting in Arizona, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified of all our future content. And yes, that's a great egret in Arizona. All right, let's do a quick mining report and then get back to the action. Conditions are super dry out there and super hot. We're talking 108 degrees in Congress and Stanton and 112 in Morristown and Wickenburg. So be sure to bring extra water to drink. Start in the early morning hours, and I recommend dry washers, not recirculators at this time. You can see how dry the dirt is even as Jim digs down into this new hole in this bench that we had tested at an earlier time just with hand picks and shovels and manual panning, and got some really good gold. So we're hoping for a great cleanup to show you at the end of this video. Here you can see Jim dumping about a yard of dirt into Dirtnado, our 5-bank dry washer. Now you can see there's a bit of a tilt on the bucket. The reason for that is the bucket is just slightly wider than the grizzly bars on top of Dirtnado. So in order to make sure that all the dirt is captured and drops into Dirtnado, that slight angle to the bucket, Jim captures it all.
Dirtnado, taking care of business. That's right. Get it done. Got me a curtain up here. Blocking the sun. Noisy out here today. Tom Hodges, Two Mules Mining. One of the best tenders out there. He keeps us running while I keep digging. TikTok, we're on the clock.
24 hours later.
So back at the house with the concentrates, and Jim's going to weigh up the buckets. Let's take a look.
They just felt a little bit heavier than they did. The last ones were 28 pounds. Oh, 36.5 pounds.
And that's half of a 3-gallon bucket.
Half of a 3-gallon. So I mean, the other ones are 28. That's a lot more black sands. We dug in a spot that was accidentally got to, like Jed clamping, shooting at some food. I accidentally hit the bucket into the ground, dug up this coffee stuff. Tom Hodge, which is a great partner he is, got out there and tested it. Wow, gold right in the middle of this big upper bench. Look at all that black sand in there. Changed up the sluice here. We got the Mini Max running into the big 4-inch dredge right here. Oh no, we're not using this, but it's just to add a little bit of water to it to give it some more flow. This is a 10. This is 12. So it spreads out the 2 inches and everything else can drop out through the bars. We got some expanded metal over carpeting. Then we got miner's moss at the end to catch it all. So that's how we're doing it here today.
Okay, so we've got this 3 trough recirculating system because we don't want to have to keep going through, burning through the water. The water pours off this sluice. This is a 12-inch. We didn't want to rip all this apart. We just wanted the wider sluice box to help catch that fine gold. So it dumps into here. Water flows over back into here. Then it pushes through to this one where more of the dirt falls out into the final. This is the cleanest water where he's got his pump set up, and it goes back up into the spray bars and back into the actual system.
All right, Jim's got the power going. You can see we got water coming up into the spray bars, and we've got the water coming through the Mini Max. And of course, it's going to go ahead and drop down into the 12-inch sluice box. We have a little extra water coming through here so that we make sure we can clear the riffles and keep everything moving really good and real clean and get as much gold as we can. That's what it's about, right?
That's right.
Just get any bubbles I can out of this matting. I don't see many bubbles. It looks like it's flowing really good. It's really there just to get all the material out of there. Very light flow up here. We're just adding water to keep pushing the lights right on out, but it also will drop the heavies real quick right here when it lands in that waterfall effect right there on the punch plate. So we're just trying to catch everything we can. The feeder's working nice. Whoops, this looks like it's kind of not running very fast. Let me see if I can, okay. There we go. The valve was turned off. I was wondering where all my water was. Speed that up a little bit. No air bubbles in the water. There we go. That looks nice. We always got our counter, so we know how many scoops are in these buckets. Around 35. Zeroed out, so the counter's zeroed out. We're ready to go. Just like this. 1, 2,
3. Ha 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 ha.
4, 5. Now I'm going to let that run. But I got my counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 scoops, level scoops in there. All the material, and I can see this really good that the gravels are actually separating from each other, and you can see the black sands and everything right up in here. Just everything is real wet. So when it hits the sluice, nobody's floating out of here. Nobody's floating. It's all wet. Around every bit of that is wet.
Look at all that black sand.
That's amazing.
Goes up to my knuckle in black sand.
And that was just the first 5 scoops. I mean, think we've got around 30 scoops in a bucket. Look how black that green mat is already. The material in there is dancing back and forth. You see the lighter stuff circulating and coming on down here, and the black sands are sticking right up in there. You can see also how this makes a loop over right here. See all that black material right there? That's black. I'll just get it out of there. That's black. That's making a vortex right up under there, and all that material is getting caught in that vortex. That's just exactly how these ripples work right here. This is just a bigger vortex, and you can see it starting to gather material here again. It's a waterfall effect. Those 5 scoops are coming to an end. Everything looks good. Everything's flowing good. Nothing's backing up. Yep, we'll see the bigger rock down here dancing. Oh, there's a white rock right there. I don't know if you, where'd it go? But it's dancing out of here right through the middle. You can see it's on the middle. It's not stuck to one end or it's not stuck to the other. Coming right down through the middle, and everything's dancing around here into the punch plate. And now it's going over these big riffles and depositing in here. There's not a lot of material working, but you can see it in these riffles right here, flowing over, circling, coming up, circling, coming up. The heavier material will drop out and get stuck. And then you can see right here, the line across here is real even. So it's level, everything's working the way it should be working here. Cool. You know what I'm going to say?
What are you going to say?
Tick-tock, we're on the clock.
All right, so Jim is going to go ahead and keep cleaning out. You can probably see him back there. So once he gets these, we've got 2 buckets here. We've got 2 buckets to clean out, and then he's going to pan it out, probably go through the green wheel. Stick around to the end so you can see the gold in the pan. Tick-tock, we're on the clock. Coming up to the end of the day here, so the angle of the sun is not all that great.
This is out of the top mat, just the top mat, the 5 inches on top of the mat.
Ooh, that's a nice reveal. Wow. So that's just 2 runs, the top mat.
Top mat. The rest of the mats are still ready to go through the wheel.
Look at how fine some of that gold is in here. Okay, the snuffer dump we've been waiting for.
Woohoo!
Ooh, look at that. Wow.
Unbelievable. I love it.
That is awesome. And this stuff is super flat, and it's just crazy because it's not in the wash. I'm not seeing anything with a whole lot of character. I mean, it's just so flat. Everything's flat.
Here's my paw for some perspective. Thanks for watching.